What is going on, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about how and if you can transfer units active duty in the Army. So the reason that I put a little bit of an emphasis on active duty right there is because transferring units for active duty versus National Guard or reservist is completely different. If you're a reservist or you're in the National Guard and you want to transfer units, it's going to be much more simple. It's going to be much more likely for you to be able to do it. You don't have to have any real reason besides maybe, for example, you want to find a different unit with different opportunities, whatever. Like, you don't really have to have a reason to switch units in the Army Reserves. If you're an officer, you're gonna have a little bit more difficulty because, like, if you're just like commander of your unit, you can't just one day just like leave. You might want to try and find a replacement, give a little bit of notice ahead of time that you're wanting to switch units. So that's just a whole different ballgame. But let's go back to active duty. If you're wanting to switch units in active duty, is it possible? What are the reasons behind why you would need to switch to go to a different unit? And then, like, how are you gonna be able to go about that? So I did just do a video on how to join specific units in the Army, and in it, I kind of mentioned that, I might want to do a video on transferring units. And yes, I'm actually gonna do it. I thought it was actually a pretty good idea because some people may be thinking of wanting to go into a specific unit or switching for whatever reason, and you might be considering before you're joining, okay, maybe I'll just switch duty stations. Maybe I'll just switch units, whatever. Maybe your recruiter has told you that it's easy to switch, but that's just not true. It is very, 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 very difficult for you to switch units if you are active duty. You can just go ahead and basically say it's nearly impossible. Yes, it is possible, and yes, it does happen, but without some crazy circumstances, you're really not going to meet that criteria for being able to switch units. So what do I mean by that? Essentially, the situations where you're going to switch units easily, active duty, and you don't really have to, worry about okay, is this gonna get passed or not? And that is gonna be like sexual harassment stuff or equal opportunity stuff. So being discriminated against, things like that in your chain of command, and you kind of have proof of that, which you're probably gonna have some different situations going on. Like, if you have a sexual harassment issue right now, then you're probably gonna file like a SHARP claim, which is something that we have in the military. Everybody, if you don't join the military, you know about SHARP. You're gonna file that claim. The person that you're claiming against is gonna be in trouble, probably kicked out of the military, more than likely. But essentially, if you find yourself in one of those situations and you want to switch units, maybe you just feel super duper uncomfortable with the sexual tension or something that's going on, then it is possible for you to switch units due to that. But if you're just like, hey, I want to go over to this unit because my buddy's over there, or I want to go over to this unit for whatever reason, aside from one of those things where it's kind of like you really do need to switch units, then it's probably not going to happen. Now, if all you want to do is just get out of your current unit, there are some ways that you can go about doing that. Now we'll cover those in just a second. But in the rare possibility that you do actually manage to transfer units while you're active duty, this is kind of the route that you want to take. So first of all, you need to look at the unit that you want to go to. You're gonna have to contact them. You're gonna have to contact their recruiter. Their S1, whatever you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to contact somebody over there and really figure out what they need. What kind of MOSs, ranks, what are they short on? And then if you meet those needs, then it's gonna be a little bit easier for you to do that. Now, if you can meet their needs specifically and they really need you with your MOS, your experience, your rank, right? So you have to fit a certain rank slot. So if they need an E6 in some MOS and you're like an E4, you're probably not gonna get to transfer over there because you don't actually fit that very specific need. And then also, if you do happen to meet that very specific need, your current unit has to not need you. Essentially, you have to be in like a non-key role. Your unit is going to have to release you. And if you're important, if you're short-staffed in your specific MOS and your specific rank, then 99 times out of 100, then your commander is not going to sign off on you getting released to that unit. So it's going to have to go both ways. You're going to have to put in a lot of effort into finding units that need what you have or have the ability to change MOSs, and then also simultaneously your unit has to not need you. So I just briefly mentioned it, and this is one way that you can kind of start that ball rolling, is switching your MOS, changing your MOS. This is something that happens fairly regularly, not all the time. I wouldn't say it's like super common, but if you want to change your MOS, it is a possibility. I've covered in the past how to change your MOS if it's possible, but again, you're going to have to understand that it's not a guaranteed thing. If you want to change your MOS, that's not guaranteed. You're gonna have to have an understaffed MOS, which is an MOS that needs more people. You're gonna have to want to switch to one of those, and then you're gonna have to be in an overstaffed MOS, and you're gonna have to be like, okay, you don't really need us over here, the Army needs more of these people, you wanna switch to that, and then that's a possibility where you could get the ball rolling on transferring unit. Now, aside from that, like I said, if you just wanna get out of a specific unit, this is how you're going to have to do that. You're gonna have to look into getting special duty assignments, whatever that is. That could be anything. You could just be like, okay, I'm a driver and I hate my unit. There's another unit that, you know, needs a battalion commander or a general or somebody. They need a driver for whatever reason. You can be put on a special duty assignment to be that driver for that general or whatever. That could be like a cool thing that you do for a bit of time. There are some other specific special duty assignments that you could, you know, look into. Again, just reach out to your S1, do your own research, because this is going to take a lot of your own effort in switching units, because, you know, you're just not going to be sitting there one day and then all of a sudden active duty, you're just going to get switched to a different unit like they're trading an NFL player or something. Okay, that's just not going to happen. You have to put in that extra effort. Now, if you want to be like a recruiter or a drill sergeant, and you want to actually do that to advance your career, which a lot of times if you want to get into the higher NCO ranks, you might actually just have to end up being a recruiter or a drill sergeant at some point in time along your career, or be like a platoon sergeant at some AIT training post, whatever, some place. And those are gonna be 3 different options for you, that if you are an NCO and you have that ability and you want to switch units, doing one of those 3 assignments, being like a platoon sergeant at, what I guess technically now at AIT it's a drill sergeant. So if you just want to be a drill sergeant in AIT, drill sergeant at basic training, or you want to be a recruiter, those are different assignments that you can pick, which odds are you're not going to be the exact same unit. I mean, some people maybe for some reason are in the same unit, but 99 times out of 100 in that situation, you're going to go to a different unit, someplace else, different duty station more than likely. So if you're looking to transfer units and you don't really meet any of those requirements that I was talking about where it's possible for you to transfer units, then odds are you're not going to. Now, if you just stick with one unit your entire career, that's going to be pretty darn rare. But like I said, when you get to a certain point, you might be put on some other special duty assignment. You might be sent as a recruiter somewhere as an assignment, and those are going to be situations when you're going to switch, you know, duty stations. You're going to switch units or whatever, changing your MOS, things like that that are career changing. Those are your best bets. So you're going to have to change your career in a sense. So if you're a lower enlisted rank, then don't hold your breath on switching units. So I just want to get that out there. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to check out some more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. That would be even better. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you haven't already. Hope you guys have an amazing freaking day, and I'll see y'all later.